A very warm good morning to one and all gathered here. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. With this saying, we extend a very warm welcome to everyone here on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, College of Science and Humanities. We welcome you all to the 3 months online certification program on machine learning using Python from 20th September to 10th December 2021, organized by Department of Computer Applications, BCA. We are in day 38. I now invite our respected head, Department of Computer Applications, BCA, to deliver the welcome address of today's session. Please, sir.
Yes, madam. Good morning, everyone. It is my immense pleasure to welcome the chief guest of the day and the guest speaker of the day, Dr. M. Suhasini, madam, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Srimath Andavan Arts and Science College, Trichy. Madam is an expert in machine learning and Python. Students, once again, I welcome you all to the 3 months online certification program, continuation with Spark 3.0, a definitive guide on machine learning. So normally, the students and the industry are everywhere. Nowadays, we are speaking about machine learning and Python. So you people are fortunate enough to learn machine learning with the help of our teachers like Kavita madam, Sindhu ma'am, and Chechandran sir. Even though we are in position to bring the expert of the other institutions to in our hands. That's why madam is here now. So connection with this, we are conducting. There are 3 more guest lecture for machine learning and Python. I think this is a third version or 4th version, ma'am. Third. Part 3.0. Actually, we have a plan to conduct another some guest lecture in machine learning also. So I request you all to utilize the opportunity. We are ready to help you regarding machine learning and Python. Students, those who are going for a placements, machine learning and Python is very much useful. If you are complete the course or certifications course or certificate in your hands, you are preferable getting job immediately. I think I am sure that those who are getting Python and machine learning after the 3 years, not for 3 years, even in the 5th semester itself, we can get placements. So this is not only for our students from outside our industry, those who are getting certificates. It is very much useful for your industry and your future. What is that? Future increment and other things. So I request you once again, you have to utilize. And now I hand over the session to Mrs. Kavita ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I take privilege in introducing our today's chief guest, Dr. M. Suhasini. Her qualification is MSc, IT, MPhil and PhD, and she is working as assistant professor in Srimath Andavan Arts and Science College, Trichy. And she is having a vast and wide experience in teaching, and she is guiding research scholars in both MPhil and PhDs, and she's having around 26 publications and H index is around 2. And about her certifications, she has done many certifications, and a few of them are Microsoft's Professional 2007 and EMC Academic Associate, Data Science and Big Data Analytics, Soft Skill. She is actually certified soft skill trainer, ISO certified internal auditor, International Certified Career Counseling and Coaching, and NPTEL Swayam's online course certified on big data computing. With no further delay, I hand over the session to Dr. M. Suhasini. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, pleasant morning, one and all. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, dear friends, today I'm not going to bore you. Before starting the session, I would like to thank the management of Department of Computer Application, SRM Ramapuram campus, head of the department, and faculty friends, and my dear students. Thanks for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge in machine learning. Today we are going to see a part in machine learning. So today we are going to see data visualization, how you are going to pictorially represent the data. So even though you are learning a machine learning, there are various algorithms are there, various types of machine learning are there. So all those things, after exploring the data, we must we have to represent the data in the form of pictorial. So that is called a visualization. We are going to visualize the data. So today we are going to see about the data visualization using Python for machine learning algorithm. So just today, only one type we are going to discuss here in this period of time. So if possible, I can extend in next session also, right? So shall we start?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay.
Insta போய் செய் ID.
Can you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes.
So what is data visualization? Why we are going for data visualization, and how many techniques are there in data visualization, and what are all the benefits over there by using this data visualization in Python? We are going to see one by one. So first, what is data visualization? So data visualization is the process of converting the raw data into easily understandable pictorial representation that enables you to make a fast and effective decisions.
Sugasi ma'am, sorry for the interrupting.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you maximize the screen because one of the participants asked you.
Yeah. Can you able to see this?
Yeah, now it is fine, ma'am.
Now it's fine.
Okay. So data visualization is a process of converting raw data into easily understandable pictorial representation. So that enables you to make fast and effective decisions. So it is also a strategy where we are using it is used to represent the quantitative information in a graphical form. Okay, we have seen it is a pictorial representation of data. Why we are going for data visualization? So human brain can process information easily when it is in pictorial or graphical form. So there is a word also there. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So as in teaching pedagogy, learning pedagogy, that's what students are asking to take seminar. So self-learning space and using the graphical effect, animation effect, you can easily grasp the data information when compared to a normal PPT. So that's what SRM is planned to give this session through hands-on training. So hands-on training will give you more impact, will impact your mind to learn, to grasp the information than by seeing the words in the PPT. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. As a result, data visualization is so important. So the first step of data visualization is analysis work, and you have to understand the data, and you have to see the data in certain meaningful patterns. You should make the data into the meaningful patterns, and then you have to visually represent to enhance the human cognitive process. That's what the main important point of data visualization is. Human brain can process only information easily when it is in pictorial form. So how the data is visualized in a pictorial form? So there are few steps in data visualization process. So while you are using in a machine learning, first you have to get the data set. First, you have to imagine how the output should be there. You're going to model the data. Already you have learned that the types of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning. That is, you can learn with learned data or training data. You have to predict the output. So just visualize how the output should be there for your data set. And then, for example, if you are taking a youth unemployment in a country, so just visualize that how many people are going to be unemployed. We have to analyze that first. Then first step is to analyze. So analyze the data. Take the data set and just imagine what are all the things I'm going to say now. Take the data set of unemployment in a country and analyze how many males and females are unemployed and which are all the states are graphically unemployed. Just analyze that. And all those analyzed data taken to the document type. How to take that? So in Tamil Nadu, the total population is this, and out of that, the youth unemployment of male and female will be categorized into separate column. And again, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, likewise, state-wise, you have to categorize. So all those things are documented, and all the document inside is to transform the data set. The next step is to transform all those documentary into the data set. In this data set, you're going to pre-process the data. Unwanted data will be there, outlier detections will be there. We have to detect that outliers and unwanted data and missing values. So you have to cleanse the data, and then you have to visualize what you want. So these are some of the few steps of data visualization. So the next one is what are all the techniques available in data visualization. There are 6 or more than 6 types of data visualization is there. Today we are going to see few of them: bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, pie plot. So likewise, there are different types of plotting are there. So what are the advantage of using this data visualization? Starting, we have seen what is data visualization and why we are going for visualization, and what all the techniques are there in the visualization. The next step is advantages of data visualization. So first advantage is easy to understand. While seeing in the tabular column, it is more categorical data are there, rows and columns are there. We cannot analyze the data easily. When you are predicting that, displaying that in the pictorial form, you can easily understand. So it is easy to understand, and you also make a quick decision making. While seeing the graph, you can easily analyze that. So last month, for business people, it is very useful, exploring the business insights. So the next thing is data better analysis. So likewise, we can column wise, row wise, we can analyze the data easily, and we can have a standard deviation, mean, median type, and based on the value we can enhance the data, or we can boost the data according to our result, expected results. And we can also find the errors. We can easily detect the errors, and easily we can efficiently we can draw a storytelling. We can have our own data analysis by using this data visualization. 2D graph, 3D graph, 4D graph are there. Now 5D graph are also available here in data visualization. So we can identify the patterns, how it is increasing gradually. It may increase accurately. We can identify the patterns. So according to that, we can discover our own latest trends and patterns to the fast moving business. Amazon are using this data visualization techniques, recommender systems, and what is that, machine learning, they are using for predicting the data. So that for they are using you will find in Amazon there is a combo pack. They will advertise the combo pack. How they are advertising the combo pack? If some products are not sold in that month, they will analyze the data using this data visualization, and based on that, they will have a combo pack. If you buy this shirt, for this shirt you can use this belt. If you are buying a surf, for that you can have along with comfort. So likewise, the combo pack, they have prepared the combo pack, a less selling product with a fast moving product. They are all doing by using this data visualization techniques. So these are some of the advantages of data visualization. Let's come to the point. What is data visualization and how it is used in machine learning? So data visualization is the representation of data or information in a graph or a chart or other visual format. But machine learning makes it easier to conduct analysis, such as predictive analysis, which can then serve as a helpful visualization to present the data. So here, in the machine learning, we can use this data visualization packages. Some of the library packages are there in Python: Matplotlib, Seaborn, ggplot, Bokeh, or some of the packages, libraries available for data visualization in machine learning. So today we are going to see about the Matplotlib. So Matplotlib is a graph plotting library of Python. So using this Matplotlib, we can plot different scatter plot, line plot, bar plot, pie plot, histograms, etc. And we can also visualize our data using that plot. So it is also providing like other API for embedded plotting into an application. We can use this guide toolkits like tkinter, WXPython, Qt, or some of the API also used for other programming languages to import that. So how to install this Matplotlib? Just go to the command prompt. Already you know about how to install the Anaconda. I think your previous session may taken that how to install the Anaconda and Python. Likewise, you have to go, once you have installed the Anaconda, All the supporting files will be there for visualization, and you can use many packages like NumPy, Pandas, likewise. So likewise, you here Matplotlib is also a library file. We all have to import it. Once it is installed Anaconda, it is easily we can import the data. If you want to install it through command prompt, you can use pip space install space matplotlib. So now we are going to see the demo session, right, in Matplotlib. Just a few minutes, wait, I will share that screen also, right? So I'm using an environment called Jupyter Pi editor used for Python. PyCharm is there, SkyPy is there, SkyKit is there to use Python. I'm using here Jupyter Pi. It is very user friendly, so I'm using that Jupyter Pi as a my environment. Let's go for demo session. Okay. So for going to Jupyter Pi, I'm just in command prompt. I'm going for Anaconda command prompt. Here I'm going to type Jupyter Notebook. Already I have installed that Jupyter Notebook. Likewise, pip install Jupyter Notebook. Likewise, I have installed. Now it is opened. Have you able to see the screen? Can you
Yes, ma'am,
able
it
to
is
see
visible.
the screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. One second, please. Yeah. Yeah. Can you able to see the screen?
Not now, ma'am. Not visible, ma'am.
Okay. Let me check. Can you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yes, now it is visible.
Yeah. So I'm going to start now. See here, this is the Jupyter environment. See here, at the left corner, I'm going to start a new file. So new Python 3. So this is the environment, and each and every cell, it is a Python, you know already, it is an interpreter. So line by line, it is going to execute. So each and every cell will be individually executed to give an output, right? So here, I'm going to start my matplotlib. Before using that matplotlib, I have to import pyplot. So for that, already I have installed the Anaconda. So the library files will be there. I'm just going to give a link to our file. Like C and C++, we are using header files now. Likewise, I'm going to import that matplotlib. For that, from matplotlib as PD. Matplotlib import pyplot. I'm giving an object for that as PLT. So from matplotlib, I'm going to import the pyplot package. So for that, I'm going to use this pyplot by declaring an object. So as PLT, it is a common word everyone is using. So just PLT is a common word for an object of pyplot. So now I'm going to use that pyplot by PLT, just going to plot a simple chart like plt.plot x. I'm going to give a value of x and y. So here I'm going to give value of x and y. Y value is somewhat 4, 5, 7. Here I have given a x and y value here. Now I'm going to show this plot. To display the graph, I'm going to use the command plt.show. How in C and C cout and println is used to display, no? So for that, yeah, in matplotlib, we are using that plt.show. I'm going to execute here. Can you able to see this normal plot graph? Just I have given an x and y value. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Okay. So let's see. Here we have declared x value and y value. It is declared based on the x and y value ranges. Here 1.00, 1.25, 1.50, likewise in x-axis, and the starting value is 4.0 and 4.5 in the y-axis. Just we have plotted based on the x and y value. It is automatically taken ranges from 4 and here 1.0 in y-axis. Now let us see. Shall we give the title and x-axis labels to this line plot? For that, we have to use again x is equal to, I have to give a x value 5, 7, 9, and y value is 12, somewhat 60, 6. Here I'm going to plot PLT as usual, plot plt.plot using the x and y value. I'm going to plot. Here I'm going to give a title for this plot. PLT, for that we have to use the command plt.title. So this is one type of line plot. I'm giving a title as line plot. And now I'm going to label x-axis and y-axis. For that, PLT dot Y label as Y axis. I'm going to give a label, right? And PLT dot X label for X axis. Right? Again, now I'm going to show that. See here. So we have title, X axis and Y axis. Okay. If you want to add a style to this line plot, we have to give as same as X axis and Y axis we have to give. Okay. So if you want two or more lines, two or more values, if you want to plot a line plot for two or more values, means we can also do that. And along with that, I can give a style also. Okay. So just I'm going to give X axis and Y axis. Then I'm going to give a thickness, line width and color of that particular plot, right? So for that, I'm going to use the command plt dot as usual plot. There we have given only X comma Y, isn't it? In previous thing, we have given only plt plot X comma Y. In that function, I'm going to use the parameters for designing, right? For that, I'm going to use color of first one is I want the first line should be plotted in green color and it should be labeled as line 1 for just labeling line 1 and the line width of this is 3. I'm giving a line width of 3. For the second line, I'm going to use plot.plt dot plot. Same, I'm using here the variable x1 comma y1 for this line and comma I'm going to use the color of blue. Okay, B, right? And I'm labeling this as second line, line 2. See here, and the line width is 5 or 7. You can see the difference, right? As usual, the title, I'm going to give the title for this PLT title. Multiple
Good morning.
line plot. I'm going to give a title and I'm going to give a x-axis label, y label and a x label. Y label, plt dot x label. Here, x axis. Right? Now, here, see here. Have you seen here? Two line plot are plotted here with multiple colors. First one is green. Line width is given 3, so it is very thin when compared to line 2. So here, x-axis and y-axis are given. Now I want to give a grid for this plot. For that, I have to use the command for more visualization point. For midpoint, if you want to find out the midpoint, if it is a grid, I can easily identify that. So for that, plt.grid, just use the keyword grid is true. And the grid color should be black. somewhat. PLT dot grid. The color you have to use here. Somewhat here. It's green. If you want to give green, you can give green. So if you want to have a legend for that, I don't know which line is for what. If we use a legend, it is more informative in the graph. So for that, PLT dot legend, right? Legend, just give a function, just give PLT dot show. See here, line 1, green is line 1 and a blue is line 2, the width of 7, and it is in the mid of 12, and if you want to take the midpoint of 8 and 16, see here, this is the midpoint. We can easily identify, we can analyze, this is the peak stage of selling the product. So likewise we can analyze that using this grid. It is more informative, will give more informative. Okay, so now let us see one by one the type of matplotlib. Okay, so what does mean by a bar graph? So bar graph is nothing but it is a graph that represents of data with the rectangular bars with a length and a height is proportional to the value. It represents the what is that? It is used to compare the values between x-axis and y-axis. So that the bar plot will plotted horizontally or vertically. Both we can plot. So for that, we have to use the command blt.bar. See here, I'm just going to use this blt.bar. So x-axis and y-axis given and the labeled as a boys. Again, I'm going to use the second bar. So see the difference. I've given a color as second bar as green color, right? Now let us see. I'm going to use this I'm going to use a legend and x-axis plot. I'm going to give a label as x-axis and y-axis. So x-axis label is bar number and y-axis label is bar height. I'm going to give that. And the next one is I'm going to give a title for this plot. Title of student strength. See here, title given. Now I'm going to show this graph. So here in bar, it is a keyword called plt.bar. For bar plot, you have to use dot bar and you have to give an x and y value. And I have labeled that boys. Here I have labeled as girls. So here the color, for color differentiation, I have given the second bar as green color, right? Let us now see. See here, the default color is taken as blue, and I have given a specified, specifically mentioned as green color in the second bar. So I have used legend. So here boys and girls are displayed. It is more informative by seeing this. So in machine learning, if you are using the data set, based on the result data set, you can have this kind of bar plot according to your parameter. If you are using an iris data set for petal length and petal height, you can use for different categories. Setosa, likewise different categories of iris data set is there. Flowers, so the same variety of different type. So based on the category, the length and the width, height can be easily identified using this bar plot. So it is used to compare the height and length of that particular IRIS dataset. Likewise, you can use this bar plot in machine learning also. So the next one is, we are going to use histogram. I'm going to use the histogram. See here. Histogram. So what is mean by an histogram? Histogram, what is mean by an histogram? Histogram is a graph that represents the way numerical data. In bar chart, we are using a categorical data. Here we are using this numerical data to represent. So the input to it is numerical variable, which is mentioned it as an bins on the x-axis. So here the histogram is represented for a numerical type of data. So what is the difference between bar graph and histogram? So histogram is used to show the distribution of the variables. So while bar chart are used to compare the variables, that is the main difference. And the second one is histogram plot is used for quantitative data type with ranges of the data grouped like into a bins or intervals. While in bar chart, the plot categorical used for categorical type data. That is the difference between the histogram and bar chart. Let me see how to plot histogram graph. I'm going to give a population, some values of populations, 44, 77, some values. You can use data set pandas, data frames. You can use data frames for this type of data. So you will have in dataset, you will have a particular column like petal length in IRIS dataset, sepal length, or if you are using the weather data, timestamp will be there each and every column. So likewise, you can use any type of a column and change that column into data frame. You will know about I think already they have taken pandas, I think so. So in that, you can convert that data column into a data frame and you can use it as a parameter. I'm just using here values, some numerical values. See here, I'm giving a populations and bins. X-axis has bins. So here the ages start. It is a category distributed data, no? So think. Yes, I have used bins. Now the command is plt.hist. That is the command used to display the histogram. Here for x-axis I have given, right, x and y-axis, population, comma, what is that, bins, isn't it? Bins based on the populations and using the ages as bins categorized, right? I'm going to use the hist type. Hist type is in bar type, right? After given quotes. Sorry. Right. And I'm going to give a width, row width, okay? R width equal to 0 point some values, minimum values, thin line. So here I'm going to use x-axis and y-axis. Same. And I'm going to give a title, plt dot title, histogram. I'm going to give that. And as usual, legend. I'm going to use legend and I'm going to display now. See here. The values which is given is not displayed. No handles with the labels found to put in. Okay, fine. X label and Y label. History type is var. And where I have missed the values. See here also I have used the values, right? 44 and bins. Bins are also used. Change here. Title is there. Yes, the bins. History type is correct. Everything is showing that. Why I'm not sure. Yeah. Legend. PLT.legend. So I have given a legend also, no? Why it is not giving the legend?
Ma'am, I think you didn't pass for the legend.
Where, ma?
X and Y.
Yeah, it's a given, no? X label and Y label also given here. See here. X label and Y label is given here. I have given here. So X and Y is already given.
Ma'am, I think that X and Y is for the x-axis and the y-axis.
Y-axis.
Like after the 2.00 and down, after that on the left hand side there is Y, right, ma'am? For that
Yeah.
you are giving the labels.
Yeah, ma'am. Let's.
Not for the graph, right? Not
Yeah.
for the bar, right, ma'am?
Showing. There is no difference between the. I have to mention here. Yes. You are right, ma. You are right. I have to mention here the X and Y values, isn't it? So already I have labeled here. Here I didn't label here. That's what.
Yes.
Yeah. So likewise, you can give here the X and Y label as what is that? Boys or girls. Likewise, you can give based on the boys and girls ages, the particular populations will be displayed here. Okay, you are right, ma. Thank you, ma. So next week we can go for scatter plot. Okay. So in scatter plot, it is a diagram where we can use each value as a set, okay, as a data set represented by a dot. So in this Matplotlib module has been a method for drawing scattered plots with the same length. If you are using a 2 array NumPy, if you are using a NumPy, so there you can have an array type of data sequence of data with the same length, one for x-axis and another one value for y-axis you can use. For example, if you are taking as a x array represents the age of each car and y represents the speed of each car. Likewise, you can use that. So for that, we have to use x-axis and the same as y-axis. You can use anything. You can use any value data set taken from data frame. So x and y value, and it should be you plotted as plt dot scatter. The keyword is called scatter. Here x comma y comma label. So now I'm going to give a label as C, and the color is somewhat T. Okay. And size is 25. I'm just marking that marker as star. Okay, I don't want a dot, just I want to pattern should be star. Okay, I'm going to use this star as a pattern, right? Again, I'm going to label all those things, legends, everything will be there for same in scatter plot. I'm going to display here. X label is X and Y label is Y. Title is given as a scatter plot and legend I have used. Some error showing here. Again, some error is showing here. Invalid syntax.
Ma'am, you gave a dot instead of comma.
Yeah, I have used
25.
yes.
Not there, ma'am.
Here,
Yeah, ma'am.
comma. Again, it's showing error. Actually, it will display. Size is 25. Color is there. Sometimes it will make us comic.
Ma'am, is there any color named K?
Yeah, it is somewhat color in RGB. Any color it will give. If you want to give blue, some error is there. Let me see the error. Where it is. Path object has no NT mark.
Ma'am, it should
Okay.
be marker, right? Ma'am?
Marker. I have to give marker here. Just given a marker here. See here. I'm going to use star, right? Pattern. See here. Have you seen? Star marker is there. So why we are using the scatter plot is we can easily identify the closest value nearby that. If you want to have a distance or nearby age, we have to use 45 and 30. Likewise, if there is the nearby age, we can identify the closest values by using the scatter plot, right? So let us see more than one scattered plot. For that, we have to use two more data set here. And see here, I have given the value the same, but I've used numpy here. I've used numpy also. Array of data I'm using here. For that, I have to use numpy import numpy as np. Array of values. If you want array of values, you can use. See here, you can have a difference. Rose color, I have given pink, hot pink. So hot pink, and here is some RGB colors I have given. It is taken as a green. You can also use blue. You can also change it as blue color as you wish. So here I just given two array. So x in y values, sequence of values. There in previous graph we have seen some set of small values. if you want to use it in NumPy, array of values for sequence of values which is closest to this. Likewise, if we want to compare two values, we can use the scatter plot to identify the nearby closest values. And according to that, if you want to compare two product, which one margin is very less or very high. Likewise, if you want to compare two products, we can use this scatter plot, and based on the scatter plot, you can identify the sale margin. You can predict the sale margin here. So the next one is pie plot. Why we are using this pie plot? Right? So pie chart is nothing but it is a circle divided into sectors that represents the proportions of the whole. How many percentage of people are scored in your lifestyle? How many time you have spent it for sleeping, eating, working, for playing? How many time you are spending? Now it is given in mobile also. So how many time you are watching the social media? How many time you have watched mail, Gmail? How many time you have spent for chatting? Likewise, you can have a analysis. For that, we can use this pie plot. For that, we have to use these slices as a variable and activities as an x-axis. That's it. See here. I'm going to give a slice values, slices as some values 7, 8, 9, 10. Some values I have given, and activities. My x-axis activities. Activities is equal to like sleeping, playing, like, and what is that? 4 parameters given, no? It's enough. Then columns, colors on the right. I can give any colors. C for crayon color, and a blue color we can give, red, some magenta. Okay, I can give any color. 4 colors to differentiate that. And here command is plot.py, right? I'm going to use these slices, comma, activities. Now, color combination I have to give. Already I have declared that in calls. So I have used this variable, assigned variable to color, and start angle. Start angle is nothing but in which angle you have to initially start. So I'm going to use start angle as 140, or you can use a 90 degree, anything you can use. Shadow. To explicit the value, I'm using shadow as true. Now I'm going to use the parameter explode. Explode is nothing but it is going to pull out certain values from the pipe. You can use, see here, I'm going to use in the second value. For second value, the value should be pulled out and explicit to represent. So for that, 0, 0, 0.1. Where we are mentioning the 0.1, that particular value proportions will be explode outside to represent, to highlight that pie chart within that. Let me see, you can see in the graph. For that only we are using this explode. And auto fit, there is another parameter called auto PCT. It is used to percentage. It is used to display the percentage value. So 1.1 decimal. For that I have to mention this percentage. Before that also I have to start with percentage and end with double percentage. I'm closing this parameter. And now I'm going to give the title for this graph. Title pie plot. Yes. Now I'm going to show this. Some error is there again. Got multiple arguments. Okay, fine. Okay. Import plot again I have mentioned here. Also is this sleeping eating time is 4 4. Color is also 4. Slices. Okay. Okay. I have to mention the label as an activity. Based on the activities only it is showing no activities. Colors. Start angle. Shall we give it is exceeding seems to be right. Shadow. True is there. Explode is there. Activities are showing seems to be a scene. Slice. Supply plot. It is also showing autocraft. No error is there. Autopacity is also there. Colors, slices, labels. Here got unexpected keyword. Where it is unexpected keyword? Okay. Yes. Yes. I have to import each and every time. I have to run this. I have to run that matplotlib.plt plot as plt. I have to run each and every time for declaring that is an unexpected pie plot error. So once it is not run, it is also one type of error that we have to again import that we have to run that import matplotlib.plt as plot. So see here, it is a pie plot. This 0.1, which is mentioned as a blue color, is exploding outside. It is highlighted. See here, if you want to highlight this playing part, if you want to highlight that, you can easily give 0 here, and the last playing part is magenta, no? So I want to give here as 0.1. See here, it is exploded. It is shown outside. So if you how you are designing, it is more important. How you are visualizing the graph is more important rather than getting the answer. How you are projecting here nowadays, the projection is very very important. How you are going to present your data, even though a small value, you can project this small value as a larger one by saying that importance of that data. So projection is a very important, and this will help the uh, values. So now let us see the multiple plot. You can see the multiple plot at that time. We can work with multiple plot. Along with that, we can stop here. I think the time going on. Run away. Na? Right? Running out. Working with multiple plots. So I have to import matplot again, because there is some error showing that if for a long while, if I'm not importing running that command, it's showing error. So that's what I'm mentioning each and every time as a matplot. So here I'm going to use a NumPy, for example, array of data. For that, NumPy as NP. So first plot number 1, multiple subplot should have. You can see in the article also, there are so many multiple plots can plot at a time. So I'm going to give an X value. So X value equal to NP dot array of 0, 1, 2, 3, and as well as Y is equal to NP array. Why am I always using this NumPy, NumPy pandas in my data set? As we can use a variety of data sets in real time. So if you practice with data frame and data set, you can easily explore the data and you can analyze the data from the real-time projects. We can do a real-time projects using a data set. So Kaggle, it is a repository where we can get the large volume of data. So collection of data will be there. You can download it from Kaggle or government repository also there. So where we can get free of cost data set. If you want to do a research or somewhat, you can have a questionnaire. Based on the questionnaire, you can have a value, set of values, make that set of values into rows and columns and convert them into data frame and then start analyzing the data frame. Okay, so here I have used the next Y value. I'm going to use 3, somewhat, any value you can give. Right. Sorry, I have given comma instead of. Right. Now here I'm going to plot plt dot subplot. I'm going to use the command subplot for plotting that. Right. And here plot that value X, Y. Right. If you want to plot the second plot graph, plot 2, see here the same X and Y value will be used. X is equal to NP dot array and Y is equal to array some NP values. Now I'm going to plot this also, subplot of 1, 2, 2. I'll say Y. So plt dot plot X, Y. Plt dot show. Now I'm going to show this. Right. Invalid syntax. Oh, as. I have to use as. Again showing error. Oh,
Ma'am, there it was.
X and Y axis is an error, isn't it? Here I've mentioned here, and here the comma is missing. No, that's what. That is an error. See here. Based on that, the number of plot varies. You can use both plot. First plot I want to use and second plot I want to use like that. I have mentioned here 1, 2. Here if we want to use 2 and here we want to use 1. See here. The second plot is came here. So which plot I have to use first? That's what I have mentioned here. Subplot x-axis, y-axis, and subplot as second value. Here the subplot as first value. So I have given here. See here. We can use n number of subplot we can use. So likewise, there are so many plots are there in Seaborn. I wish to take Seaborn, but time bound is very less. So in Seaborn also there is a lot of violin plot. Likewise, different variety of plots are there. So same command, instead of using Matplotlib, you can use it Seaborn. So these two are playing a major role in data visualization. Okay. Shall we stop from this or shall we take?
We'll stop, ma'am.
Okay.
Any doubts in the session, please ask. If you have any doubts, please ask. Participants. What about Shakti?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. Okay. What about Kishore?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Kavita, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, Sukanya, ma'am. I guess we don't have any doubts from participants in. So I now request Dr. S. Jayachandran, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, PCA, to deliver the vote of thanks of today's session.
Good morning, everyone, to one and all present here. First of all, I have thanks to Chief Guest Dr. M. Sugasini, Madam, always busy in schedule. So she has participated and gave the wonderful session for us. And then, and respected HOD sir, Dr. Agastya sir, and all the participants. Actually, it is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all on behalf of the BCA department, SRM IST Ramapuram campus. I extend a warm welcome to the participants in the gathering. I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for the presence and contribution to make the webinar a great success. Once again, I extend my gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Sugasini ma'am, to take out the time from his busy schedule to grace the event. And thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day, madam. Thank you, madam. And special thanks to Dr. Agastya sir, HOD of BCA department, for providing the immense support to make the webinar successful. And since I started working with Kavita ma'am, I have learned so much that has helped me become a better professional and better person. Thank you, Kavita ma'am, being such a patient and a dedicated mentor for me. And I must thank organizing the team for working out for the past few days to make this webinar successful. Once again, I congratulate all the participants for their active participation. Thank you, everyone, once again, for making it a great success. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sugasini ma'am, for readily accepting our invitation and being with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sugasini ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sugasini ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kishore.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.